it's the jail.
Alright, so you don't have to go down too far. You want to be able to see this formation behind me here.
Go ahead. No, it's okay.
See?
It's like Korean version.
Yeah.
Like frosted donuts.
Maple.
Yeah. Hey, so keep moving in here. We're going to try to get everyone in this area so we can see the formation behind me. And again, we don't have to go too far down these stairs, and you won't really be able to see here closer behind me.
This reminds me of frosting.
Yeah. Everybody's got food on the mind. So keep coming in, fellas. Plenty of room. Don't be shy. I took a shower this morning. Alright, so if we can get Derek to say the first stair there, that would be ideal. Alright, so this formation behind me is called Niagara Falls. It's one of the best examples of a flowstone formation we have in this cave. And so just a quick recap on how we get formations like this. Alright, so if you recall, you've got water mixing with carbon dioxide up to the surface, right, creating this weak carbonic acid. The acid then reacts with the rock up there. You might get a water droplet carrying dissolved rock down into the cave through all these little cracks and crevices. Now, if that water gets to the ceiling and hangs out there for a while, we might get new growth there. Alright, so in sticking with our food theme for formation names, we call these soda straws. Now, at the tips of these soda straws, you see these water droplets. If the water stays there long enough, you might get more growth on these straws. However, that water that drips down will slowly roll over the surface, depositing more of the dissolved calcium carbonate on the ghost. Now, speaking of deposits, we've got some others here closer to where we're standing, say more within human reach. Right? So you can see there's been some signatures left here. Alright. So, this being sort of the end of where people could go back in the day, like we have some dates here, like say in 1897, for example, or in 1888, 1889. Right? So, yeah. So, not too long after Elijah's initial discovery, say in the first 10, 15 years or so, there were a few exploration parties, people coming out here to see what the cave had to offer. There were also some folks coming out here for more scientific interest, right? Like here we have a professor, Thomas Condon. You might read that at the top. It's a professor of geology from the University of Oregon. Right? So he brought some folks out. Signed everyone's name. All right. Now, in addition to the people leaving signatures, there are also people taking souvenirs. Right? You can see all these broken off formations here along the walls, here close to where the path is. And you can see how little growth, or new growth there's been on the inside. So that's one of the things about caves, is they reflect very well the damage that humans have on them. Right? As opposed to a forest, right? If you cut down the forest and plant more trees, come back a century later, you might see something resembling a forest again, where it once stood. Here, however, we can barely see any growth there. So, with that, all the apparent destruction, and with the general scientific interest that this cave posed, this place was designated a national monument in 1909 by President Taft. Now, in 1909, there was no National Park Service, right? So this is only our centennial anniversary this year. So at that time, the U.S. Forest Service had jurisdiction over national monuments. They came in and tried to erase some of these signatures, and were clearly unable to do so. So any guesses as to why they couldn't erase these?
Rocks formed over them.
Sharpie back then. But, recall, we've still got water coming down, so we've still got new formation forming over these signatures. Right? So the mineral form of calcium carbonate is called calcite, and calcite is relatively clear when it's pure. So we've got a little clear coat over these historic graffiti. Now, I mentioned that this was the end of the route before, so like people would come here, sign their name, and always there. Right? So something changed to make that come about. And more on that up ahead. So let me get to the front here if I can. Thank you.
Oops. That rocket.
Oh, I forgot his name. Let's see, where's Derek? We lost Derek.
He's in the back.
All right.
I'm here.
All right. So here, where I'm standing, we've got some stairs. So there's a spiral staircase, and then down below that, straighter stairwell, where the taller people are going to have to do some bending to avoid low-hanging rocks. All right. So there are some different ways to do so safely. All right. My preferred method is the limbo. Okay. So you brace arms on the rail and kind of lean back as you go down. Not going to do the side step. All right. So hunching over the rails, kind of work your way down like so. You might be able to. Now,
About sliding
I
down
have
the-
seen people go down backwards. All right. So you can see really well where your feet are going, but you can't really see the rocks behind your head. Keep that in mind. What I don't want anyone to do is to go down bent forward, lest you catch your foot on the stair and go tumbling into everybody in front of you.
Hmm.
So there's a larger room at the bottom. We'll wait till we see everyone clear.